Hello everyone, welcome to Adventure Fords, and today we're here at the RAF Radar Museum here in Neatishead. Yeah, it's the longest serving radar museum here in the UK. Yeah, and we're going to be taking you along for a full tour, look at the prices of entrance fee, and just have a good look around and see what there is here to offer. Yeah, so come along with us and enjoy the vlog. Let's go. Yeah, so here at the RAF Air Defence Radar Museum. This is a free car park here. Yeah, there's a couple of good exhibits on the entrance as well to look at. But yeah, we'll now head off into the museum and take a look around to see what there is to offer. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a look around here. In previous vlog, we were at the Mucklebury Collection back at Weybourne, Norfolk. And now we're here at the RAF Air Defence Radar Museum here in Neatishead in Norfolk. Yeah, so in the entrance is also the gift shop. Very reasonable price as well. £3.95. Got some books.
Yeah, good quarter.
First of another one.
Yeah, £6.95. Don't panic, Dad's Army. A cup of fixes everything.
Right. I give you one of those. Thank you. And
Got some good exhibits at the top here.
Yeah. You hold that one.
that's it. That's a better way of doing it. Right. Now I give you one of those. Right. There's a map on here because there's a bit of a random place. And so it's down the passageway, loos on the right, cafes on the left. There are also some loos right in the middle there as well. So in case
Let's take a look around.
both the museums in the old concrete block buildings. The original part goes back to 1941.
Yeah, so here we are, RAF Air Defence Radar Museum, Neatishead. It's got a large area and a large building as well. Yeah, so you start at the reception shop, just work your way round into the Cold War rooms. Yeah, so once you've arrived and paid, you get a little booklet as well, talking about the brief history of the early development of the radar museum and the history of the museum and how RAF Neatishead is today. Yeah, and so the prices. Just got a screenshot on the phone. So you're looking for adults, which is £14, and over 65s is £12. Students is £6, and children at £6. And you also get the family with 2 adults and up to 3 children, which is £32, and under 6 are free. Yeah, so even the disabled person plus carer is £20, and the Blue Lights Forces is £12. And all friends, members of a museum and friends of Bawdsey Museum is £0. And pre-booked groups are £11 per person. Yeah, it's a really good deal. Yeah. It's go and check out the rest of the museum. Let's go. Yeah, so officially opened by Air Marshal J.S. Allison back on the 15th of October 1994. And the 10th anniversary of the Royal Air Force Air Defence Radar Museum, 16th of October 2004. Royal Air Defence. Yeah, there's a lot of information here. There's even the model radar. That's really good. Yeah, talking about a man's aspiration to fly. And the Chinese were the first to invent primitive flying machines in the form of kites back in 206 BC. And the first successful balloon flights were made by the Montgolfier brothers in Hanoi, France in 1783. And we got Britain's takes to the air and the technological race. And it talks about in December 1900 how Royal Engineers balloon detachments under the command of Captain H.B. Jones, who carried out observations at the Battle of Magus 14 in the Transversal during the Boer War. So this talks also about how the balloon was transported to the front rail. In 1907, first Army dirigible airship, known as the Nully Scundus, made its maiden flight from Farnborough Golf Course. And we got the aeroplane, which was a new weapon of war. The first British military aircraft produced was the British Army Aeroplane No. 1, Cody 1, designed and built by Samuel Cody in 1907 at a balloon factory at Farnborough. Yeah, plenty of good information here. And how powered aircrafts were first used in the war back in 1911. Yeah, we got this little radar here making a noise, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a simulator, so basically it's looking at us who are standing here and it's marking us on here to show how far we are.
Yeah, so it's
little dots on.
quite good to the millisecond as well. Yeah, radar simulator using ultrasonic transducer, and it works by bouncing radio waves off an object and measuring the time between the transmitted and received signals. You can see how it spins around. Very good. Got some more artefacts over here.
Yeah, communication telepaths. So this was the lifeblood of the air defence system. And a little bit more information there. This is how they would have sent information out.
There's plenty of really good sort of artefacts here as well, including the wheelchair. And then we got,
that's just more for when people come here, isn't it?
That's right. We've got defensive responses. We've got testing times up there.
The Great War, yeah.
How 1916 Germany increased its aerial attacks on Britain.
And we've got a good photo there as you go past it of the propaganda depicting the shooting down of the Zeppelin. That's quite an iconic propaganda photo, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I've seen that a couple of times, haven't we? Interwar years. It just talks about the Great War Regiment, which reduced the military to the extent that within 2 years all the fighter squadrons, AA and searchlight batteries defending London had been removed. Yeah, it's really fascinating stuff. Yeah, it's great to see all the history and the preservation of the history as well. A good model of a Widner. Talks about how the sound locator known locally as Widner was installed at the time of the Italian abasement campaign when Malta was a major Royal Navy base and air defence and Royal Air Force Mediterranean Command. Yeah, plenty of good time spent on this model. An octave filter. Which is the artifact in an octave filter and was designed by Sir Edward. And he's working as a young engineer in the development laboratory of standard telephones. Yeah, really fascinating stuff. Let's carry on and see what else there is on site. Yeah, a couple of good pictures here. Yeah, and this is a tornado, I believe. Yeah, the painted the tip say tornado. GR4ZA 585. Yes, got some good models here, and telephones, well preserved as well. That's quite a big telephone. is located in the cafeteria. We've got the all station commanders. And Air Defence Officers commanding number 12 group. And RAF Duxford squadrons. Royal Air Force Neatishead. Here's some good exhibits in here, which is the radar type A7. And the radar type A7 was developed for use with the Bloodhound Mark II surface-to-air missile.
Good morning and welcome to the RAF Air Defence Radar Museum. There will be a presentation and talk through starting forward again.
Bloodhound Mark II surface-to-air missile system. The missile.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really sort of fascinating how they're put together. Yeah, we've even got a model. We've got Diane playing around over there.
There's also some weapons here there.
Yeah, to illuminate models.
So that's obviously for this section. And 3, if you can find 3. Okay. 4, 5, and number 6. Which is really good. Then over here.
Yeah, so we've got the Bloodhound Mark II. The engagement. Yeah, the engagement controller here.
Some of the lights and stuff. If you look at down here at 27, go on and off. And if you look over there, look. So, obviously I don't know. I don't quite understand equipment like this, but those that do will have a bit of fun with this and probably go with their grandchildren and things, can't they?
Yeah,
And show them
definitely.
sort of things that would have been done. So.
Yeah, there's some really good interactive equipment here as well.
And you can just sit here. There's nothing saying you can't have a little mess around. Obviously, you're not going to do anything. So, and see, and the lights will go on.
Yeah, some really good equipment here to come and explore. old equipment. Yeah, including the Bloodhound test firing missile. Yeah, got a good picture of a Chinook. And the Type 82 radar consoles, which are used in the Bloodhound operations room to search for targets, using Type 82 tactical control radar. And you can even see the Bloodhound Mark 1 sights from 1958 to 1964. There's even one up further up the road from us, which would be Trimnam. Yeah, it's quite amazing, the missile range, which can target from 10,000 feet up to 60,000 feet. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, so we've got a telephone switchboard.
Again, it's another exhibit. You can sit there and have a little play around.
Yeah.
The other thing they've got here is a little model showing you how RAF Neatishead has changed over the years. So that's from 1985, that's from 1958, and over in the corner it shows you 1945.
Some great models there.
I can get past without destroying everything, and that works.
Yeah, it's got quite manoeuvrable for young families as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
With push chairs as well.
Yeah,
It's good
not too
access.
bad. It's quite accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's plenty of information on the wall here. Yeah, which talks about the beginning of RAF Neatishead. In 1941, a new type of radar was developed at Neatishead, rotating aerial covered at 360 degrees, which is a very low, narrow beam, and provided accurate information both in range and bearing, displaying both fighter and target on the same plan position indicator radar screen. There's even an old map. Yeah, plenty of changes. 1941 to 1942, Mobile Ground Control of Interception Station. Even got the layout of World War II Hippodrome operations room.
But I think everybody on both sides of the Iron Curtain believes that nuclear warfare is something that is too horrible
Yeah, very well organised.
If we do not maintain an adequate conventional capability so that we can defend ourselves against conventional attack, the probability of the use of nuclear weapons from our side to protect ourselves and extremists becomes more likely. So the stronger we are conventionally, the less likely any form of attack is on this country or this alliance. And therefore, I don't think it's irrelevant at all. If we ever get to the stage of nuclear war, then we...
Yeah, feel free to pause the video to read any of these.
Of the war machine. How important to you is the idea of peace? I don't believe I'm part of the war machine at all. I believe I'm part of the peace machine.
Yeah, such big machinery and structures, aren't they? The radars.
I believe are critical factors in having kept the peace in Europe since 1945.
Radars off a rotor plan.
If we ever have to use,
Has a range of 240 miles.
you deal day to day with a scenario that is almost a game. It's almost a three-dimensional game. Do you see it in any sense as a game? I have to see it as a game because if one thought all day every day, every time we go into the office, today I would have killed.
If you recognise anybody,
You couldn't live with that.
put in the comments below.
Yes, it is deadly serious.
It'd be quite interesting to hear the story.
Incredibly serious. But you cannot live with the fact that it is so serious. Therefore, you will hear us talk quite a lot about playing games. We're not playing games. They're very serious.
Also packed into the heart of NATO could bring strategic high-level bombers on missions to destroy key targets in Britain. Airfields, control and command centres, and the very heart of government itself. A mass raid of fighter bombers could breach
Squeaky floor.
NATO's front line and push on towards the coast of Britain. Standing in their way, the phantoms of the Quick Reaction Alert Force, and the crews who must meet the threat head-on. The moment may never come, but Joan Hopkins and her team must be ready for it. A simulated war game, to test how well they would fare.
Yeah, 1966, CR3 bunker fire.
Hello, ma'am. All on fire. Roxito just rang. They reported that their radar has been destroyed and a mass raid broke through in Juliet, high level, and Beckering West.
Thanks, David. Right. All hell is broken loose on the continent. We've got people who have lost it going on.
We'll carry on
Everything we've got. And,
having a look around the site.
Yes, right. Fine, I'll only get it.
It's quite good to see how they're printed out there. RAF Neatishead, brief history. In 1937 they recruited the air staff. And the rotor plan back in 1951 to 1953.
We've just had a report from Germany. They've just about collapsed in front of us. We need to start moving very rapidly. Reform your
Hello, Big Scrambler. Calling Spain. All aircraft 10 minutes.
You've got a little showing up from the screens. Some live videos.
Repeat. Scramble, scramble. One should come to 10 minutes.
Yeah, and Joanne being presented with the British Empire Medal by the Lord Lieutenant of Norfolk. I believe that was taken at the County Hall in Norwich, in the chambers. It's a badge of the telecommunications flying unit. Radar Research Flying Unit, Royal Air Force. Yeah, and here we got the Lytton L3403 Clostron, which has a frequency range of 400 megawatt and megahertz. Yeah, there really is so much to see here. Lots of models which are well preserved and well kept. Even got the oscilloscopes. Yeah, we've even got the maintenance fixture for the A1 Mark 23 radar. Yeah, you can see some people hard at work. Got the Anderson shelter. Yeah, it does look quite tight in there. Yeah, it's amazing what people have had to go through. And there's a common setup, which were built by people in their back gardens. Yeah, air rate's on. Push the button. Oh, don't think that's working. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's so much to see here. Lots of mappings of planes. There's a mini radar here. It's quite cool. Yeah, and it just shows how a typical radar works. Detection range is up to 1 metre. Type 7 height finder, presented on an A-scope. Yeah, so this will be where they used to plot a plane positioning. Yeah, it really is so much to see and so much information different types of air defence radars in the Royal Air Force.
Country lanes,
Yes, there is, yeah. I mean, I don't live, well, I used to not live too far from there.
no
so-
bus services or anything like that.
No.
And I guess they thought because it was on the outskirts of Norwich it would be better.
Probably.
Let's have a look in the cockpit.
Yeah, I really know it to do it like that. We used to go on the flight path for it when it was operational.
Yeah. Yeah, I did as well. And it was,
Soon you start getting less and less, and then you hear rumours it's going to close, and then it closes. So it's what it is, really.
mainly closed because they withdrew all the Jaguars from service.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
my
that's
problem.
what killed it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a tight space to be in a tornado.
So when will the Jaguar be back? Is it a few days or something? Just,
That'll be back this evening.
will it? Yeah.
Yeah. So your tickets are good for 12 months anyway.
Yes, they are, yeah.
So you can come back and
Have a look.
inside it.
Yeah.
Over down there as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah, it's quite tight to be in a tornado.
they've also got their own museum.
Lots of buttons.
Yeah, got one now.
Yeah, that's on the old, I think they've taken over the old control tower now.
Have they? Okay, that's good.
Right, but I think it's fairly limited only.
Is it? Yeah.
Quite a small seat as well, isn't it?
But yeah, that's good to know. That's good to
Lots
know
of good
that's
equipment as well.
Well, people are doing it all day long.
Really is don't be pestering to go into the plane.
You've got the ejector seat with the parachute.
So right at this age, and they don't mind sitting in that
Mm.
lounge and stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
So you start running around and they've got grabbing for stuff to touch and they shouldn't touch.
Oh, there's nothing in here you shouldn't touch.
No.
We don't put restriction on anything unless it's health and safety or something like that. They can sit at the plane and touch anything,
Yeah.
touch any of the instruments, keep it around.
And I like stuff like this, you know. Obviously the dealership's quite low anyway, because obviously people have got to see it, haven't they? So
Well, that will be rebuilt anyway, that
they can
plane.
rebuild it.
Oh yeah, that one definitely will be. It's the last one.
It talks about the development.
It's the last Spitfire flying, or in the world, that downed a plane on during D-Day.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's got quite a big history
Yeah.
to it, and it was supposed to go across the beaches at D-Day on June the 6th, but obviously won't happen.
No. No, it's hard though, isn't it? It's just
Yeah, we've got a good collection of artefacts as well. We've got Coleman's mustard from the Rutch.
We've given Britain's weather on the day of the camp. That's something we haven't heard about before.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating to see all the old utensils they used to use, and
Most of the time it's been sunny and very warm.
yeah, it's great to see that they've been kept and well preserved.
There will be sporadic rain over the whole country with thunder
Yeah, so we've got the AI-23 radar, which was fitted to the English electric lighting radar, which was the outcome of a design carried out by Ferranti in the early 50s. Yeah. And you've got all these different type of radar displays. Yeah, so it looks like there's some work going on in here. Got the BT telephones, all the switch gear and stuff. You can even call somebody on this telephone. Yeah, it's all very clever technology. Got a motor working away in the distance there. We've got Deanne there hard at work. Is that a Morse code generator?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is some great equipment. Been well kept and preserved. And this is the Type A5 radar, Clystron, 1967 to 1955. Yes, they're just in the radar control room. Yeah, plenty of buttons around everywhere.
Look at that room. Yeah.
Let's go and find where we left, and then we'll come back.
You can see all the big screens as well with all the information. What do you think of that then, Deanne?
Really interesting room.
Yeah, it's an interesting room. Lots going on. You can sort of imagine what went on in the past as well.
Yeah, crazy rooms. What detail.
Yeah.
All information.
Just talks
right
about
and left.
the standby local earlier warnings and control. And here it talks about the UK air defence back in 1974. Yeah, such a fascinating room. Lots to see and lots to take in. Yeah, you can see somebody working
It
here.
used to look like a photo on the end wall,
Yeah.
and then as the nuclear threat came in, they built an underground bunker at the back,
Mhm.
and all moved down there,
Yeah.
and then they had a big fire in the bunker.
Ah, okay.
And the next set of technology, which was this in 1974, they decided not to refurbish the bunker, but to reuse World War II.
Mhm.
So this became operational in 74, and then in 93 they had a next technology upgrade, and they decided they would refurbish the bunker. So everybody moved out of here
Yes.
down the bunker, which left this redundant, and someone in the RAF decided, let's create a museum rather than rip it all out. So this is more or less as it was when they walked out of it in 93.
Mhm.
RAF ran it for a few years and then set up the charity which we are today.
Mm. It's good to see stuff like this and what it would have looked
Yeah,
like,
I
especially
mean-
for those that obviously probably worked here and
That's
left
right.
as well.
Oh
They
yeah,
come
we
back
do
and,
get people coming in.
and think,
I used
I used to sit
there
there,
and-
yeah. And I sat next to Bob, you know, whoever it is
That's
next
right.
to him, and
Yep.
chat about their family and
Indeed.
things.
Yeah, we've got a couple of people who used to work here. My colleague who does swaps presentations in here, he worked in here for a while. So there are people who know all about it. I was an airfield radar techie, so so I never actually worked in here. But
No. And it's the fact it's all on levels as well, and each level is like,
that's right. It's actually fairly unusual. Most of them are just
one level.
one level, but
Whereas
because it was the old World War II,
Mm.
they had people at various levels looking, so they could look down on the plotting tables.
Ah, okay, that makes
Because
sense.
once they're sat in front of a console, doesn't matter. But
No.
with the old style, pushing things around a plotting
Ta-
table,
oh, like
you
a-
needed to be up, looking
Yes.
down on it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's good to see it all preserved as well, isn't
So
it?
this
And well
is
looked after.
the main work. So it's working out what everything is on the front row, fighter controllers who are handling the interceptions on this row, behind the glass panel are the sort of middle management,
Yeah.
and then right up the back is the master controller making the big decisions.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's really cool to know. And can you get to that, or is it just you can see?
You
it?
can.
Okay.
It's but unfortunately you have to go down the stairs and then up the stairs
You
again,
got to go like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
down and up, and that that window with the light in it
Mhm.
would have had more consoles in it back in the day,
Yeah.
and was known as the aggressor cabin.
Okay.
So what's going on is the Americans have a squadron known as the aggressors,
Yeah.
who were trained to fly like Soviet pilots, and this is your Top Gun.
Okay. Yeah.
So they would practice doing interceptions and dogfighting out over the North Sea.
Yeah.
So they'd have American and RAF controllers up there handling these practice dogfights.
Oh, okay.
The UK version of Top Gun.
Oh, how interesting.
Yes, they've got some memorabilia up there from the aggressors. You can tell they're American because the badge they've got is someone called Snake Clark.
Yes.
You know, oh, yeah.
Quite American.
American.
Isn't it? Yes.
Snake Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much for the information.
Yeah.
No
Brilliant.
problem.
Thank you.
It's to decide, do we know what this is?
Yeah.
If they don't know what it is, information back to the master controller who
Yeah.
decides what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Probably let's intercept it,
Find out what it is.
find out what it is.
Well, the same, I guess, if something goes down, like how they do now, like if communication, if like with like some of these big aircraft, you've heard it before, haven't you, where they've had intercepted like over the North Sea because
That's right.
communication's gone.
Yep.
They give it so long to get through, don't they? They
Yep,
give it so
and
many
then-
attempts, and
then
then
off
it's
they
straight
go.
there because obviously they want to know what's
Yep.
going on.
It's the only time the Typhoons are allowed to go supersonic over land
Yes.
if they're on a QRA scramble.
Yeah, because it's figuring out.
Yeah,
Isn't
in
it?
fact, these days there are more QRA scrambles for civil aircraft than military.
Crazy.
I mean, the Russians really don't have the number of spy missions they used to.
No, and they tend to use their subs more now as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
From what I
Yeah.
mean, obviously you don't hear everything that goes on, do you? Because
No.
obviously a lot of it's confidential. But
That's
the
right.
things you do tend to hear about in the public,
Yeah.
it's more about the submarines. I think anyway.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I've heard more of. Than
Yeah.
I have more scrambles.
Quite possibly.
But again, they don't want to scare people either. If there has been
No.
scrambles for a Russian jet in the area.
Like we usually say, we once had someone who said, "Oh, I was once on a flight and looked out the window and there was a Typhoon right next to us," and I thought, "Oh, here we are, really safe." And you thought, "No, Typhoon's there because you're potentially not safe."
Yeah.
But
Typhoon's there
yeah,
because, I mean, there could be a multitude of reasons why
Yeah.
they don't have the communication. It could be
that
just,
yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
that's
signals
typically,
go, don't they, and
that's
things.
typically. And,
But I suppose it's
and in
better.
this area, they'll take them into Stansted.
Yeah, but I suppose it's better that they get up there, find out what's happened,
Yeah.
then them not get up there, something happens.
As I understand it, what happens is they go in alongside, have a look in the cockpit, and if there's someone there, sort of, yeah, everything's all right, fine. If not, they'll then do a wing waggle saying, "Look,
Yeah.
we're here, why
Yeah.
aren't you talking to us?"
Yeah,
And if it still doesn't, they then tip sideways, which is, "Look at all this weaponry we've got."
yes,
Because if you don't get a grip and tell us
Yeah.
what's going on,
yeah,
we will shoot you down.
yeah.
You got a Makani Type 90 model. It's a replica of Makani Metallic radar type. Yeah, you've got an interactive button as well. Very cool.
Very old radars.
Yes.
Yeah, you got the radar type 85.
The first one here at Neatishead would have been one of those Type 7s.
Yes.
It was a place, one of the first places that had the rotating aerial radar systems.
Radar mimic panel.
Do they still have any of these? Like,
Yeah, and the mimic panel Shows the status of all components of a radar system, from the transmitter through to the radar
Not
head.
really big. I mean, mostly now we're on the flat panel type
Yeah.
radars.
But I mean, for display purposes, is there any?
Well, we've got
We've got that.
one of those in the shed being redone at the moment. I don't know if there are many.
Door. Just shows how the wheels stationary.
That they're not real. They're a simulation, but the rest of them are actual aircraft. Lot of weight.
The big one at the top there, put it,
And get scrapped.
it's 75 feet long.
Yeah.
So
Kicking them would be.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think most of they just got scrapped. And,
Scrapped. Yeah.
lots of scrap metal.
Yes. Which I guess
Lots of
they
scrap
needed at
metal,
the time,
mhm.
wasn't it? For other things, isn't it? Everything was like repurposed. And
Because we've got the Type 84 still up there, and that's
Yeah.
just rusting away to nothing.
yeah. Shows, doesn't it? Yes. That's the main thing you do say, all Rhino on a Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
that going the other day.
Yes. And there's the logo there.
That's about it in a nutshell.
What? You didn't explain that very well, did you?
Invaded Kuwait, which is a country next door to
He being Saddam Hussein, who you just saw that picture of.
So we're using it as an excuse to have free wars with Iraq and bomb the crap out of them. And there's the first Iraq war, the second Iraq war, and the third. The third is the one I was in. How big them bullets are?
What are they for?
They'll be your aircraft cannons.
Let's go and listen to this talk.
No, if it's boring, we'll leave it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and here we have the Dornier 217 cannon. Yeah, Dornier 217. Officers Mess, Cultural. 68 Squadron. And here's an ejector seat from a Jaguar. And here's the Jaguar targets during the Gulf War back in 1991.
The task of the air defence systems is to intercept, identify and shadow any authorised intrusion. The master controller assesses the situation.
Yeah, we got the Sector Safe Operations Centre. Yeah, we've got a flight simulator. There's some really good interactive features here. More model aircrafts. Yeah, so this will be the control room for all the important decisions. The master controller. And this will be the sector controller. And here we've got the Faximile terminal. The transmission of information. Yeah, a lot of graphs here. It's such a big job of big responsibility as well to plot these graphs. Having fun now, Diane, on the flight simulator?
Because I'm like a child.
Yeah. Try not to crash.
I got in for this road point over here.
A little bit bouncy.
Yeah, wouldn't fly with me, guys.
We've had such a great visit here to the RAF Radar Defence Museum. It's been such a good visit. Plenty here to see, plenty here to do, even to interactive little bits, isn't there?
Yeah, like the flight simulator, the Bloodhound exhibit had some areas, so yeah, definitely a great little place to come and have an explore of the defences that used to be in place. Obviously things have changed and this is no longer used, but it is really good to see that they've kept things similar to how they were back when they were last used, like the Cold War rooms and things like that as well, wasn't it? So it was really good to see and really good to explore it, come here for a visit today.
Yeah, there really is so much to see, and there's lots to do here, and we haven't even covered all of it. There's so much to see and lots to take in as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely worth many visits here. I mean, we'll probably come back again before the autumn.
Yeah, because your ticket does give you 12 months to come back for as well, so you get a return on that if you do visit and live local and fancy coming again. They also do talks, which we didn't see today, did we, where they show you, give you some sort of demonstrations, we believe, don't they?
That's it,
Of like how the rooms would have been used and a bit more information. So it would have been good to see them, but we didn't get to see them today. But they do that. So as you say, there's plenty to see here, plenty to take in. Obviously, we do appreciate that some of the information can be hard for those that families are affected, because obviously it does have a little bit of information about like World War II and propaganda, and obviously not too much, but that is something to be aware of. If you do come here, you can see some symbolisms of World War II that maybe for some people are upsetting, so it's just something to bear in mind when you come here, but obviously you can avoid those exhibits if you wish.
Yeah, but we love the interactive areas as well, and lots of exhibits. That's probably one of our favourite parts as well.
Yeah, there's a lot more about radars than it is about the actual World War IIs and things like that. So, but it's just something I thought was worth mentioning for people who may be a little bit more affected by those things than ourselves.
Yeah, so get yourself down here, come and have a visit. Yeah, and you'll thoroughly enjoy yourselves. Lots to see. As you can see, we've got a missile in the background, and we've got other little military
and things
as
for
well.
the kids to do as well. So you know,
yeah, it's great for the family. Great to come and see as well. Yeah, so for myself and Deanne, that leaves us with our final words of today. As keep being active.
Keep being active, everyone. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Bye.